Hey everybody, it's your boy Hesh. This time I'm gonna make it a little bit more interesting. So these things that I'm about to say on this video are things that I also, as I got older, just like ignored it and crossed it out like that. I imagined it, but then like I always had that like back in my head, like damn, those were some crazy imaginations then, because they really felt real. This happened back in the Dominican Republic, but this time I was 19 years old. I wasn't 15. So it was literally 4 years after I left my body. At this point, I was a rapper, and I made music in my hometown in the Dominican Republic. Everybody, not everybody, but yeah, a lot of people knew me. I was very popular. So I graduated out of high school. I used to just do music, and everybody knew me. And I also had a lot of haters. At that time, I was a very religious person. I really believed in God. My family was Catholic. I had a nice relationship with a priest, a Catholic priest that from a church we used to go. He was a very cool guy. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a very, very good person. Like he was one of the good ones. And I even explained to him. I even told him when I left my body, and when I told him that I was like moving objects with my energy, and he didn't just tell me like, oh, you're just imagining, like, oh, that's not true. He really like listened to me, and he was like, yeah, don't do that. And I was like, when I asked him why, he was like, it's not good, because when you do, then he was like, people who do that tend to feel like they're superior, and they're better than others. And God doesn't like that. Like that was the explanation that he gave me. And I was like, but I don't feel like I'm better than anybody because of this. I just feel like I know something that other people might not believe in. But if other people did believe in and they try it, they could do it too. So, I didn't feel superior to nobody. So, but he told me that that's not what made me stop doing it. What made me stop doing it was my sister with her fear mongering bullshit. And so yeah, I'm 19, 18, 19. When this happened. I was playing World of Warcraft in the Dominican Republic. I used to do a lot of battlegrounds. My dad would not be home almost ever. He would always be with his girlfriend. I was basically home alone every day. I would even sleep home alone every day. Sometimes my friends would come over and, they would sleep over. But most of the times I was by myself. And I would just literally play World of Warcraft all night, and then go to sleep like at 5 a.m. till like, I don't know, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Something strange started happening, and it happened for a couple of days. My bedroom door would just open, like, and it would open like it was closed, and it would just like somebody opened the doorknob, pushed it open. In my room, there's no ventilation. There's no like a window open or anything that could like blow the door. But when that would happen, I would stay looking, because my computer, like my desk, the way I am right now, it was like right here, and behind my computer was, the door to come into my room. I was in one corner of my room, the door was in the other corner, like right across the computer. So I stayed looking, waiting for one of my friends to come inside, or for my dad to come inside. Nobody was there. I would even stand up and go and check, and I'm like, oh, nobody here. That's strange. How did the door open like that? That's crazy. But I was so freaking addicted to World of Warcraft that I didn't give a fuck. So I just kept on playing. And it would happen several times. And then the door would close. Blam. And it would close like somebody closed it. Like somebody pulled it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just close like, no. It would close like, crack. And I'm like, okay. It would scare me a little bit. But I said I was religious. So I had a lot of faith. And this is something that pisses me off of some Christians, because they say like, oh, by the power of Christ. And but if something supernatural like that happens, they'll panic and they'll be like, oh my God. Oh. I was just like, you better not mess with a child of God. Like that was my attitude. I was just like, you better not mess with a child of God. Like if you don't want my Father in heaven to whoop your ass, you better not mess with me. And that's just how I saw it. And I was just having too much fun also, so I didn't want to like get off my chair and leave. I would just stay there and play. There was also like right next to the door, on the across the wall, a long closet in my bedroom with a lot of like clothes and shit. And the door, the clothes would just start like flapping, like somebody just like smacked it, and it would just start flapping. And I would see that happen, and I'm like, huh, and I would feel like goosebumps, but then I would just be like playing the game. I gotta get this flag in Warsong Gulch. That was all I was thinking about. I didn't give a shit. But then there was this one day that I felt brave. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck that ghost, poltergeist, or whatever the fuck it is. What's up, mama? Come here. Anyways. So, this is gonna happen throughout my videos. So, I was like, yeah, fuck that poltergeist, ghost, whatever the fuck it is. Fuck it. So, what I did was, saw the door open again, and then it closed. And when it did that, I just looked at the door and said, that's it? That's all you could do? Open and close the door. Fuck out of here. As soon as I said that, the door opened hard, like that shit just closed. That shook the windows, and like the whole like echoed through my room. The slam. And I'm not gonna lie, I clenched my cheeks. I got scared. And out of nervousness, I was like, yeah, I'm in charge. I was scared, but I didn't leave. I kept on playing, and then after that, it never happened again. A lot of weird shit happened. I had a lot of weird, crazy dreams too. Tell you these dreams on another video. On this video, I'm just gonna talk about that experience, the opening door and closing door experience. So yeah, if any of you had an experience like this before, please let me know. Write it in the comments. I've never. Let me not say never, but yeah, it was a very strange. It was a very strange experience, to be honest, to say the least. But yeah, I survived. I'm still alive. So anyway, yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me your personal story. Has it ever happened to you? Has anything else happened to you? Write it in the comments. I'll be glad to read it. So yeah, thank you. Bye.